Why won't you just allow me to film it the way I want it filmed? Sorry, leftover bitch. What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. Um, and yes, Arsenal have made a signing. That's the reason I'm here. It's not the signing I thought it would be 12 hours ago. And I told you guys it would be 12 hours ago. But finally made a signing, and that is Pablo Mira. Um, Bit of a waste, my guy. You say that. If we make that signing as well, then you shut your mouth real quick, won't you? But yeah, listen, for me, I'm not worried about the video I made yesterday for the simple reason that with this, I always tell you about rumors. If those rumors are then later discredited, that's a different situation. But I'll always tell you about rumors. But anyway, I digress. Pablo Mira, it looks as though that signing has been completed. We've signed him on loan with an option to buy rather than an obligation. Yeah, it looks as though um, Arsenal clearly have no money if they can't afford 7.5 mil. That was one of the takeaways I took from this. But no, in all seriousness, for me, I'm happy that we've got a defender. You know, is it the glamorous defender that I'm sure you guys wanted? You know, your Apamecano's types. No, but I think what this does is it allows us to be able to assess a player that we could potentially get for very cheap, um, and could be a bargain. Who knows? It could be a bargain. All the reports coming from South America is that listen, this is a shrewd move from Edu and the rest of the boys. So let's see. You know, Edu pulled it off with Martinelli. So let's see if he does the same thing with Mari. Typically, as Arsenal fans, we either go over the top or we're underwhelmed. There's a bit of both at the moment. There are some people talking about comparing him. Apparently, we found our Virgil van Dijk. All right, people, let's just be easy. And then there are some people who believe that because he doesn't cost 25 million, that he's automatically crap. Again, let's calm down, people. Let's calm down. From my perspective, I'm happy that we signed a defender because it was a problem position for us. We're 10th for a reason. We needed to address that issue. I still think we still need to address that issue. But, you know, we could have gone to the end of the transfer window and not done anything in defence. So I'm glad we've at least done that much. Thank you for everyone that is currently watching at the moment. I would ask you kindly do me a favor and stick a like on this video. It helps tremendously when you guys do that. So do crush that like button. That would be great. Ben, I agree with you. I'd still make the signing of that Ukrainian defender. I'd still buy him personally, but it is what it is. From my perspective, Mari, what is he going to bring? He's 26 years old. He's experienced Spanish international. Oh no, he's not even an international, is he? But he's a Spanish player, very experienced. 26 years old. That's what I quite like. I like the idea that he's not like a 31 or 32-year-old trying to roll back the clock. You know, we've got someone who can still contribute and still have a few years left in the tank. He's big, like he's a big boy. He's 6'3", 6'4". Very technically good. Could pick the ball out of the air. Very calm on the ball, very reassuring, especially if you're a team that like to play the ball out from the back. He's going to be one of those people that will want to do that. This is an Edu signing, but it is Arteta who identified him. Arteta has identified both of our defensive targets, actually. He was very keen on bringing in a left-footed defender. The reason being, if you look at Man City, a lot of how they were able to improve, even beyond what they were currently doing, was that they went from playing Company and Otamendi to then bringing in Laporte, and they were able to receive the ball at the back a lot smoother. And obviously having a left foot and a right foot, it's an ideal situation that you want to be in. So that's why the two defenders we were strongly linked with are two left footers in the team because our entire defence, bar Kolasinac and I guess Tierney, are right footers. So it was important to add some balance in there. So they've clearly done that. Um, I mean, let's just address the elephant in the room, shall we? He don't have pace, and because he doesn't have pace, and because he's not been capped by Spain that many times, and because he's cheap, people will automatically write him off. The one thing I will say is not everybody needs to be a made player to be successful. You know, by all intents and purposes, I'm not going to profess to be any sort of expert in this field, but all the reports I'm hearing for is that this guy is an absolute bargain for this money, and that Man City were dumb as heck to let him go. He was very keen to come to Arsenal. Like he was very, very keen to come to Arsenal. Him and his family were very keen generally to come back to Europe, which is not every day you hear that about someone preferring Europe over Brazil, but there you go. So he was very keen to come back to Europe. And that's why he was very adamant that he wanted to do what it took to force through the Arsenal move. So, from my perspective, I'm happy. We've got a defender. I would be even more happy if we get another defender. So I'd love that story that I reported yesterday to come true. That would be great if it actually did come true. But nevertheless, we've got one of our men. Let's hope we get one more in. I would love another defender, I'll be honest. I would love another defender. And it would be justified. It would be justified. When you look at the fact that, all right, Mustafi's injury is not that serious, but he was on his way out anyway. So why would you start including him in the team? Not to mention the fact that he's still out for at least a month. We've only got David Luiz, who's suspended for one more game. You've got Socrates, who's just come back from injury. You've got Rob Holding, who's just come back from injury. Quite honestly, you can make a real case for signing another defender. So I hope that that's something that we look to do. And yeah, for me, I'm happy. He looks happy. I'll put the picture of him celebrating and doing that little fist pump thing that the Arsenal media guys make them do. But all in all, this is a good result. What do you guys think? Are you happy with the result? Let me know. Please do continue to crush that like button. I'm going to do another Eagle Eye episode tonight. So I'll talk much more about this story. The details would have come out by then about what his what his wages are, what we're contributing to his wages, what if we are still in the market for another player. Are we in the market for another defender? I think if we are in the market for another player, it's likely to be either Lamar or another defender. But it would be great if it was another defender, because then it would really show that actually these guys understand what went wrong this season and they're trying to put it right. So we'll see what it is. But to me, am I underwhelmed as Ben in the chat room? I'm not. I'm happy that we brought in a defender. I'd have been more underwhelmed if we didn't bring anybody. I'm not one of these cats that needs a signing that has to be 30 million, 40 million. I'm not one of them guys. This is the thing. Not all Arsenal fans are like that, and there's some in this chat room right now that don't rate Mari for the simple reason that he doesn't cost £30 million. I couldn't care less. For me, I'm keeping an open mind. I'm not going to profess like I know the guy, but he has a lot of tools and attributes that tell me that he'll be a decent player. He doesn't need to have cost 30 million for me to think he's going to work. I just want Arsenal to address problem issues. So from my perspective, let's see. And to be fair, Bad Manny makes a fair point. You may not rate him because you don't know him, but you have to be able to give him an opportunity, which is not what Arsenal fans are not great at doing. So I say, don't rubbish him off just yet. Anyway, guys, I am out of here for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Sorry it's been so sketchy. I actually pre-recorded another video, then realised there's no freaking sound on it. Oh, so I had to scramble to make this one. been a disaster. Ideally, I would have made this drop straight after the news, but I've been in meetings and stuff all day. It's been a mad week at work, but please, 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 guys, do hit that like button. It is free. I can't stress that enough. You guys always help me out a lot when you crush that like button. So please do continue to do so, especially before you hit that X. If you're listening to me for the first time, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back later on this evening. I owe you guys a long, long show. So I'm going to try and give you a long, long show this evening. Other than that, that's pretty much it from me. Welcome to Arsenal, Pablo Mari. I'm out of here. Take care. Deuces.